Good morning, preppers. I'm so excited about today's video. Because we've done solar generators in the past, but none compared to the one we're about to go over now.
Yep, it's the Bluetti AC200MAX solar generator. So exciting. We're going to unbox it and show you all its features. So stick with us because I think you're going to be just as impressed as I am. Okay, before we get to all the gizmos and features, let me tell you how special this is. It provides 2,048 watt hours of power, which is tons of power over a long period of time, thanks due to its durable LFP cells. Now, it also provides 2,200 watts of power through a pure sine wave inverter, which is great. Perfect for off-grid, maybe have the power go out, or simply just power things when you're on the run. Before we get going, make sure you read through the instruction manual. You don't want to miss out on anything. Okay, let's talk about charging it up. We have to have power going into it to get the battery charged up so we can use it. And there's multiple means you can make that happen. First is simply using a regular AC power adapter that comes with it. So plug it into the wall, plug it in, you can hear the fan going, and then from there, just plug it in, and now it's charging. This provides 500 watts of power to charge it up. Now, something else you can do too is you can actually use a car adapter. This is perfect for, well, if you're on the run. Maybe you're traveling, maybe you're camping, maybe you work out of your car, out of your van, whatever the case may be, but you don't want to have it so you always have to plug it into the wall, but you can plug it into your adapter in the car. Now, notice it has this yellow adapter. The way this works is you take this yellow adapter, and it's foolproof, you just plug it in here, and then the other side of it simply just plugs in right here. You unscrew this, plug it in, screw it on, and now you can plug it in your car or van for on the go. But something else that's even cooler. Let's unplug this adapter. And instead, let's plug in this adapter. This allows you to connect it to solar panels. Now I mentioned to you that this power adapter that plugs in the wall will actually provide 500 watts of power. But here's what's amazing. You can actually connect 900 watts of power from solar panels to do the same thing. So you simply just plug this into the solar panels, and guess what? Off it goes. It'll actually charge it up in no time. But here's the most beautiful thing about all of it. You can actually use your AC adapter and your solar panels simultaneously to charge it up. Now that's smart. Now we talked about with charging, you can actually put 500 watts in through your AC adapter and 900, up to 900 with your solar panels. And with all that connected together, you can charge this entire unit in less than 2 hours. That's impressive. But you know what, let's go ahead and talk about some of the outputs on here, which makes it all worthwhile. First, we have a 12 volt DC 10 amp. It's like a regular conventional cigarette lighter for your car. You can plug in like a little refrigerator or cooler, maybe a little vacuum. Anything you plug in your car will fit in here just fine. A 12 volt DC 30 amp, in this type of adapter, it's actually really good for things like RV appliances or something that needs more current and more power. A 12 volt DC 10 amp, 5521 jack. This is actually great for, well, sometimes routers, cameras, or older laptops. A USB-C 100 watt jack. Wow, this is really powerful here. Can actually power things like laptops, like a MacBook. 2 USB-A 18 watts for quick charging things for USB. And 2 USB-A 5 volt 3 amp ones can charge a lot of things too, just not as fast, but very handy. But here's the best part in my opinion. This is powerful right here. It comes with 4 conventional outlets that you'd like found in your home. If you can plug it in at home, you can plug it in here. This will actually produce 2,000 watts of power into a 110 outlet. We have 4 of them. But oh yeah, right here, a TT30 RV jack, 2,200 watts of power with 110, 120 volts. If you're an RVer, you know what this plug is. So literally you can take your RV and plug it right in here and actually use your Bluetti to power things in your RV. Outstanding. Saving the best for last. We already talked about this Bluetti, as is, has 2,048 watt hours of power. But what makes this extra amazing is this. You can actually buy battery expansion packs. They're called the B230s, and those expansion packs plug right here into here. So you can see you can actually put 2 of them in. They're actually the same size, so you can stack them on top, and it can actually produce now, instead of 2,048, 8,192 watt-hours of power. Incredible! Over 8,000 watt-hours of power to power practically anything you need, all in one stackable unit. That blows me away. That's enough power to provide power for most homes, mind you. But if you're off-grid camping, it's way more power than you'll practically speaking ever need. Incredible. All right, let's power it up and show you the really cool electronic features. It's incredibly simple showing you how it works, and it's all touchscreen. So you can actually go through different options by simply touching it. First off, notice we have 62% on the battery right now. It's saying the DC is off and the AC is off. There's nothing charging it. And notice right here, we have 0 watts coming out of it. It's not powering anything either. To show you what it's like to charge it, I'll go ahead and plug in the AC adapter, and boom, right here, now we can see we have about 450, 460 watts of power powering the unit. But let's go ahead and unplug it right now so we can actually hear better. Let's start off with some settings. First, you can change the language setting, English, or you can go to Japanese. We'll go with English. On the settings, AC output voltage, you can see is at 120. Output frequency, you can actually change it to 50 Hertz if you happen to live in the United Kingdom or in Japan. DC input source, photovoltaic or others. And you also have an economy mode. This will set it up so basically if there's no load for more than 4 hours, it'll save the battery. So smart. You can connect Bluetooth. We'll show you that in a few minutes. We have buzzer settings, touch sounds, restore factory defaults, brightness, sleep time. This whole screen will time out in 30 seconds. And of course, you can set the date and time on here too. That's great. Data. So we can actually see the product info, inverter and charger info, alarm history, maintenance schedule for the batteries. And look, you can actually see the other batteries you can plug in here as well. You can check everything out right on here. So smart. And alarms. This will show you all the alarms that take place for like low battery voltage and such. A nice addition, you can actually put your phone on if you have wireless charging on your phone. Very nice. And speaking of the phone, we can also talk about the Bluetti app. Of course, on the unit itself, you can see all the inputs and outputs. And through Bluetooth, you can do the same thing on the phone. So you can do this anywhere as long as you're within Bluetooth range. Nice. So all in all, we have a total of 16 different ways to power or charge your different types of devices. Now, simultaneously, and that's the key. You don't have to use one or the other. We're going to use multiple at one time. In fact, let's go ahead and test that out now. What are we going to try first? Coffee, of course. We have it powered up. Let's plug it in. Let's turn the AC power on. Now we can turn the coffee pot on. Oh yeah, that's a good sound. And you can see it's producing 1.4 kilowatts to make our Keurig run. Coffee. Your coffee is ready.
I got me some yummy coffee. Wow, that is really good, and it's super hot. I love that.
Electric brewed, how is it?
It's actually really good. I honestly think it might be hotter than normal.
Ooh, how about powering up our chest freezer? And plug it in. Now it's powering the freezer. You may notice that right now it's pulling 0 watts. And that's typical for a freezer because the freezer compressor will only turn on intermittently as it needs to cool the unit down even more. So it doesn't stay on all the time. So even just on the battery, that freezer could run for a few days conceivably, but with this hooked up to solar, it could actually last for a long, long time. For a typical refrigerator, it could last up to 56 hours without solar attached to it. And for like a 10-watt light bulb, we're looking at well over 100 hours of usage before it drains the battery. And again, that's without even a solar panel attached to it. With a solar panel, all of this stuff could last far more. There we go. With the compressor going, 35 watts. Let's plug in some items and see how this works. First, we have this laptop over here. Then we'll plug in this laptop.
How about an iPad? And a phone? And another phone? Okay, to get all these working, first we have to turn on the AC power. Now the laptops are running. DC power. And there goes everything. For the AC, it's using about 140 watts. And for the DC, for the phones and tablet, 14 watts. So with all these devices, it could power these for at least 10 hours, including the freezer, if the freezer were running full time. So looking at the app, you can see we're using 148 watts going to AC, and anywhere from 9 to 16 watts going for the DC. If we actually had a solar panel connected, we'd see power coming in here. And if it were plugged into the outlet, we'd see power coming in here. Right now, we're not having any power coming into it. It's strictly running off the battery, and it's doing just fine. Of course, we can control things on here too. Like I can turn off the phones. They didn't like that very much. And I can turn off the laptops too. Definitely didn't like that very much. So we'll turn those back on. So we have power to those. They're all shutting off. And our phones and tablets back on too. So it's nice we actually have the Bluetti app to be able to control everything as well. And finally, possibly the most important thing, air conditioning in the summer. There's nothing worse than trying to sleep without at least a fan on you. But air conditioning's even better. Let's go ahead and try it out. Powered up, AC on, turn on the unit. Turn the air conditioning compressor on. Okay, with the air conditioner blowing cold air, that's a relief. 768 watts. So you could power this for about 2.5 hours. That's worth its weight in gold. The Bluetti AC200MAX, simply incredible, and I couldn't give it a higher rating. Flat out, 10 out of 10 stars in my opinion, and you couldn't get a better solar generator than this. In fact, it is by far the best one we've ever modeled, and we'll probably never get one better. It's simply incredible. Now, of course, you want to pick one up, go ahead and look in the description below and click on the link, and there's a discount code too. So if you click on the link and use the discount code, you can actually get it at a reduced cost, which is always a plus. So if you're looking for anything to power your off-grid home, or possibly as a backup in case there's a blackout, or maybe you're on the run, going camping, whatever the case may be, you couldn't ask for a better solar generator to get. I highly, highly recommend it. Thanks so much for watching, and by all means, if you have any questions, put them in the comments below, and we'll be happy to answer. Thanks for watching.